How are you? Chris Sapienza here. This is going out on two different pages. It's going on my personal page, Hi Family and Friends, as well as my Release the Pounds page, as well as my Run Disney and Beyond page. So I'm sending this out to a bunch of people because I wanted to do a touch base. I used to do this thing a while back, Sundays with Sappy. And I would touch base with my Release the Pounds folks. So I'm trying to get back to that. I'm trying to make a commitment to more of my communication and hopefully getting people motivated to get on a healthy bandwagon. I haven't touched base with you all in a while regarding my weight loss journey, although I have been posting more about it. Things have been going good. But I wanted to talk today about something that's been really affecting me lately in terms of expectations by other people, and that is perfection. And what does perfection look like? What is perfection? I had a situation that I shared with folks at the Weight Watchers meeting where I had gone to my endocrinologist at the clinic for the other part that I'm working on, New Directions. Now, for those who may have seen other posts, I had started back in the end of February, and I had my blood work done, and my A1C levels were up to 9.3. My general practitioner, Tim, was like, Chris, we got to do something or else we're going to get you on insulin for your type 2. That's why we decided, after I'd done about a year's worth of studying and researching this New Directions program, I said, well, I think I know what we're going to do. I jumped on it, and I started meeting with the endocrinologist through the program because she's the one who runs it. And I had an A1C done then, and I had my next A1C recently done this past June. We missed a month there that we were supposed to get it done, so I had it done in June. And I get the results immediately from the lab because that's the way it's set up, and I get it on my phone, and I could not wait to see what the numbers were. And my numbers came down to 6.3, which is huge. Now, I'm well aware I am in now what's called pre-diabetic. I was diabetic, now I'm in pre-diabetic stage, and I'm 0.6 of a point away, 0.6 away from being in the non-diabetic range. But I will always have to live with type 2, but that's a different story for later. So I couldn't wait to get into the office and to share with her that. And this is now 2 weeks ago, 2 Thursdays ago. I had lost 5.5 pounds in that week. I'm under 280. I'm down to 277, 276 now. I'm feeling better than ever. I ran 4 miles straight without taking a walk on a treadmill, mind you, but I still did it on a treadmill. I still ran that distance. I kept a really great pace. I'm really thrilled with how my workouts are going. I feel stronger than I did before, and I'm happier than I have been in a while. And so when I went in to see her, it was interesting how she kind of left it very nonchalant, and she really didn't make any joyous congratulations, wonderful, this is terrific, good for you. And she looked at me and she said, well, yes, your numbers came down, but you're still pre-diabetic. I'm like, okay. And I said, well, I lost 5.5 pounds. She goes, well, you didn't do that the week before. Are you going to do that this week? You're eating regular food. Okay, well, I have had regular food because of my schedule and because of work and because of travel, and I can't make a shake on a bus driving to Boston with 20 students. It was pretty nuts. She didn't give me any credit for anything I did. It was a knock in the gut. I felt like nothing I did was good enough. She made me feel like I wasn't good enough. And basically said, are you going to give me any credit for anything? She goes, well, you're not hitting this perfection. You're not doing the plan as it's designed. You're not making it work for you. I said, I am making the plan work for me the best I can, and it's being successful. I've lost 38 pounds on the New Directions plan, 52 pounds on Weight Watchers plan. I'm doing really well. And she would not give me any credit for it. And I left there and I called my cousin afterward. I was like, I can't believe this. And there may have been a man tear or two cried. I'm not going to lie. I'm very sensitive when it comes to this. And it's been on my brain for the past couple of weeks because one of the things I realize I do to myself, look, I have a food addiction issue. I will always have a food addiction issue. And I have the food addiction issue because of emotional eating and because of how my emotions play with my brain, and it then triggers me to start eating. Even with therapy, it's done, it's still a trigger. And I've lived with the fact that I'm just never good enough. I'm never good enough in my work as a teacher. I'm not good enough as an actor. I just had auditions left and right all past this past season. Callbacks for everything. People are interested in me for roles, but nobody books me. Okay, and that's not anybody, it's not that they have to book me, but I'm like, what else can I possibly do? I'm trying to get healthy. That's my focus. And even at that, I'm not good enough at losing weight because it doesn't fit into what their world of numbers is. And one of our members at Weight Watchers, God, I love her, Joanne, she was like, Chris, she's a doctor. She looks at black and white. She's numbers. She goes, that's all she cares about. If your numbers are lining up. I had said to her, she goes, how are you feeling this week? This is to the doctor. I said, I was feeling a little lethargic. Being on keto can wipe you out because you don't have many carbs going in you, and I'm doing all this physical activity. I need more protein. I need this, that, and the other. And the nutritionists have been guiding me on that, and I have been doing more. She looked at me like I was crazy. Why are you working out? Well, you're not working the program right, so, no wonder. 1 week you're doing keto. Of course you're going to be exhausted. Then you're not. There is nothing good enough. I wasn't being perfect for her. And it finally got to me, and I was just done. So one of the things that we're doing on this program, New Directions, is switching me off of what's called VLCD, switching me to LCD, so that I can have a quote-unquote grocery meal every day. And that's part of the plan, which is going to help me because I'm going to need more protein. And as the doctor said, well, just so you know, you're only allowed to have 1,200 calories. Thank you. Well, my nutritionists are going to talk to me about that, and we're probably going to do a little bit more because I am going to be training for a half marathon that's coming up in November. And I know, having trained before, that my weight plateaus, and I'm not going to have big number losses. I'm okay with that because I understand what it's all about. But I have a doctor who's sitting across from me who doesn't get it. So it has been incredibly difficult to put into perspective what that life is like. In terms of the doctor part, now that I'm on this LCD, low calorie diet, I don't have to see her every month now. I don't see her again until September. And I was just told that once I see her in September, that could be the last time I see her, and I could go to a different endocrinologist because I'm now on a different part of the plan. If you are on the VLCD, you have to see this one doctor. So I'm going to give her one more shot. And if she's not happy with anything that I'm doing by then, I'm switching out. I need to have my team of people. That's my doctors, the nurses who are in the nutrition center, the nutritionist is part of the clinic, my folks at Weight Watchers, everybody on board with me on my journey. This isn't theirs, this is mine. And if you're not going to be part of my team, I don't need you part of it. I do not need you to be part of it at all. My sister posted a really interesting article on Facebook, and it was talking about it's okay to cut out toxic, and the article is about toxic family members. Not that she was talking about me. But it's not even about family members. Cutting toxic people out of your life, period, is so important. So I'm going to cut out the toxic people. And let me forewarn you, this is nothing at all to do with me not respecting the doctor's concern for me. I am totally respecting a doctor's position, the doctor's knowledge and where she is coming from with her ability of knowing numbers. But if you don't have a bedside manner to at least encourage your patient, that's where I draw the line. As an educator, I do not yell at my students every day if they sing a wrong note, if they get up on stage and do the wrong blocking because, well, they wanted to do something different or try something different. You don't educate anybody that way. You've got to come from a nurturing place that will then encourage them to do better. She wasn't that for me. Anyhow, what does this have to do with perfection? Nobody is perfect. Nobody. We're not born to be perfect at all. There's a saying, we were born to be real. We were not born to be perfect. And that is so important to me. I love that saying because I would much rather be real. And if you all know me, you know that I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't hide. I have nothing to hide. There is nothing to hide. We should not be hiding behind anything in our lives. If you're hiding behind something, you've got issues that you have got to deal with and work them out, because that you carry around, you bring that into your other relationships. Why do that? So I'm as real as it comes. And I show my imperfections left, right, and center. There's another quote that says that you don't need to be perfect to be a leader. Let people be inspired by showing them your imperfections. So I hope that while I'm not saying I'm a leader for everybody on my pages here, I hope people are inspired by where my faults are and how I'm trying to go beyond. It's not easy. This journey of weight loss and food addiction is not easy. I have a food addiction issue. Flat out, period. Food addiction. And it's something I will live with for the rest of my life. It is something I have to continually be on point of and not slip back into old habits, and find a constant that I can live within. And that it means my environment has had to change. I am changing the way I'm pursuing my life and my activities and my goals. Everything is shifting this year for me. If you saw, I shifted out all my life that was in the porch here at the house, from my home that I moved out when I moved back in here with Mom. I cleared everything out. I'm going to be selling 90% of what everything's out there. I'm redoing that room so that I can have a studio space, a space for me to breathe, that's mine, that I can work in, that I can be creative in. And let go of all that stuff. Let go of it. And it doesn't represent anything other than stuff that I needed when I was living in an apartment. I don't need it now, right? So letting it go. Lord knows I could use the money if I could sell it. When it comes to my performing, I plan on auditioning my butt off in the next year. And God willing, I will be booking more. My physical look is changing. So that's going to change how I'm perceived on stage, on film, and what roles I can be going in for. So I really need to start thinking about that. I'm going to have to get new headshots taken soon. Because I looked at my headshots, I'm like, wow, I'm really full in the face. I'm like, ooh, that's a different person. So there's a lot of change happening, and I have to remember that I am never going to be perfect for anybody, and I don't have to be. I should never have to feel that I need to be perfect. That puts so much pressure on you that it's unnecessary, and it brings more stress. Be your best you. Live honestly. Live your truest self. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, being the top point, if I recall, it's been so long since my psychology classes, but loving thyself. And I'm still reaching for it. I'm still getting there, but I'm sure a whole heck of a lot closer than I was before. There's there's a sign I have up here for motivation for my running, for when I'm training. It says, I may not be there yet, but I'm closer than I was yesterday. And I look at that every morning before I head out for my day. And I'm a little bit closer. And we have got to support one another in whatever this journey is for you, whatever your weight loss journey is, whatever your struggles are, whatever your addictions are. It's been amazing. It's just something that is never ending, and we can't give up on that fight. My buddy Matt, who's been having medical issues, heart issues, I called him. He's dead man running. The man's died 2-3 times now, brother, and he went out to try to do his run today, and he is living every moment of his life. He is not sitting back and feeling sorry for himself. He hurts. He's sad. He's lonely. He's incredibly motivational too, because he's out there and still living his life. And he made an effort to go out and run today. I'm like, holy crap, dude. And he made the effort, and that's what matters. He's not sitting back and just watching life pass him by, and we can't do that. My father always said, there's a great quote that I use as my signature in all my emails. There are people in this world who wish things would happen, people in this world who watch things happen, and people in this world who make things happen. Go make things happen. So I want you to go out and make something happen, and don't do it in order to be perfect, because there is no such thing as perfect. There should never be perfect. And if somebody put that upon you once in your life, let that go. Let that go. It's not worth it. You are far more stronger. You're stronger and better without that weight on you. So, what are you going to do to make your life more fulfilling and better for you without having to be perfect? I hope that you think about ways that you can change one thing in your life this week that might be able to change your mindset on perfect and be the best you. Okay. Sorry. So thank you for joining us with Sundays with Zappy. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, I'm just noticing behind me. Here's a great example, okay? Before I end this. Do you see above me? Okay, so these are medals. Wait, let me see if I can get this up. This is a medal from a half marathon that I ran a couple years ago. This medal, I did not finish. I was swept. But you still get a medal with Disney. You get off the bus, the sweet bus, and they have people presenting you a medal. I didn't finish. But this medal still represents something really important to me. I trained and I worked and I got out there and I ran 10 miles that day. I didn't do the 13.1, 13.2, but I ran my ass off. And I still earned this for the work that I did, in my opinion. I know it's not a finisher's medal, but I earned it. Here, this is from last year. This is from the 5K and the 10K that I did finish, and I crossed the line, and I kicked ass. I did 2 runs in 2 days. So while I may not have finished the half marathon the year before, I put the effort into doing what I knew I could do. This next November, I'm going out and I'm training for the half again. I'm going to do the 5K on Friday, the 10K on Saturday morning, and then the half is on Sunday morning. If I don't finish the half, so I don't finish the half. It's okay. I enjoy it. I love being down in Disney, first of all, but I love being in Disney and running with people who are there just to have a good time. No pressure. It's not about being perfect. So, I'm done. Okay? Okay, have a wonderful day.